Hey, everybody.
Look,
See, we're right on time today.
right on time.
Perfect. Right on time.
Absolutely. Perfect.
See,
Right on time. Not late. No delay or anything. Didn't cut episodes. None of that.
No, we're right on Miami time.
Yes.
Hey, everybody. How's it going? We're finally back. Finally, first podcast of the new year. How you doing, Nick? Tell everybody how your New Year's going so far.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Dave, look who's in here. Everybody's in here.
Oh, Chunny Bear just resubbed. Yeah, I gotta say, thanks, Chunny Bear. They subscribed for 20 months. I have been unbelievably busy, and that's okay. That's good.
That's good. It's better than not being busy at all.
Yes. So lots of things, a lot of personal things I've had to deal with. So, but we're back and we're okay and everything's fine. And we're here and we're freaking live. We're rocking and rolling.
Yeah, finally, it's only 18 days into the month before our first podcast. Life happens, and you know what? I actually got sick right at the beginning of the year. At the beginning of the year,
I got sick in December, hurt my rib. Then when I was getting better,
well, I told you if you stop doing that, you won't hurt your ribs.
And then early January hit, I started getting sick again. I'm just like, oh, this is terrible.
Yeah, well, you live in Antarctica up there right now. Well, at least from what I've seen, it's nuts.
So today that was like a high of 18 or 25, and I was like, thank God. Like honestly, I was like, this is I can tolerate this now. But otherwise, I was in -1 earlier this week and late last week when I was working because I work outside.
It was actually warm today. Outside.
So
it
today
got to a high of 74.
Oh, that's beautiful.
No, it's not. It's because it's muggy right now.
Would you like to trade?
Yes.
Would you like to trade?
Tomorrow night it's going to be 40 here. So
I think let me see what the forecast is here in Chicago.
Hey, D-Man. Dave, how's it going? John, Cody, yes. See, we are not late, and if you think we're late, it's your fault.
It's going to snow.
And D-Man says it's going to be 0 or less all week.
Okay, so tomorrow is going to be 33 degrees. That's fantastic. And a high of 38. That makes me happy. But
what about Saturday?
High of 37 or high of 38 again, but it's snowing tonight at 11 o'clock till 1 a.m.
Let me see. Right now it says it is I'm refreshing it over here. 57, and we've got Florida snow right now, which is rain, just cold rain.
Yeah.
And then we are going to, tomorrow is going to be a high of 73, which is just random out of nowhere. That's because of the rain. Tomorrow night it's going to be a low 42, and then it's going to be in the 50s for most of the day, and then 36 at night.
Well,
so that's not
almost bad. Forgot I made a nice.
Ooh, thumbnailing it.
Yeah,
that sounds weird.
Now, we could talk about other things a little bit later. I should get a Tesla. Oh, Cody, that is hilarious. Did you hear? No, it was legit. It was legit. But it's like people. You have to pre-charge. It's in the manual of the Tesla. You have to pre-charge your Tesla when on really cold days like that. Otherwise, guess what happens? See, this just goes with it. Just because you have money doesn't mean you're smart.
Or if you're in an area that's prone to blizzards,
don't buy an electric car. Seriously. Or if you have enough to sit there and buy an electric car, buy yourself a cheap Toyota or Civic or something.
Or buy a truck. Buy a secondhand truck. You're going to need it in the snow. Something 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, 4-wheel drive is great out here, and I really do want a truck.
4-wheel drive is just fun around here in the dirt, and then just boom, boom. Oh, it's so much fun.
If I could, I'd probably just buy a Toyota Supra instead. Um,
well, that's because you have sand in your vagina.
yeah, I have what?
What?
Was that reverse? Was that sounded like reverse speech? Dante loves the Tesla Cybertruck. Have you seen the video of the Cybertruck beating a Porsche and then also beating it, trailering a Porsche, the same Porsche?
No.
Yeah, dude, that's insane.
I saw the video of all the guys just coming out and just kicking the crap out of it. Nothing happened to it.
Yeah, dude, that's just, it's bizarre, man. Whatever.
A friend of mine has it ordered, and because they said he still won't get it for another 2 years. He's had it pre-ordered for like almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And since they said he's not going to get it for another 2 years, they just gave him $4,000 off of a new Tesla, and he went, okay.
I mean, so. Production for that stuff is insane. I think people underestimate how difficult production is to do something like that. To streamline it for people to get in the car, like all that. I don't know. I just don't know. But hey, what games have you been playing?
Honestly, I really haven't played crap all year until last night. I stayed up till 3 a.m. playing RoboCop, and I'm right at the end, and I don't want to beat it.
Oh, you're getting those feels where you're like,
yes, this is coming.
This is coming.
I know I'm at the end. I know it.
You did you do everything in the game? Like, is there like branching paths and everything? You legit like are 100%ing the game?
Well, there are decisions that you can make that can affect the outcome, but not like to where they change the entire story. Just minute things, small little things, without any spoilers. Depending on things you say and who you talk to and what things you reply with will change who the mayor is at the end of the game.
That's it.
Well, so far.
That's,
but that's the only, but the rest of the storyline, depending on things you do and things you say, you'll finish more side quests, and the side quests will give you more experience, which can make you stronger.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but yeah. With that being said, that's it. What about you?
Nothing.
Well, I figured.
For over a month.
I figured.
For over a month. I think the last thing I played was the last game I streamed, which was the finals, which I love. Now, Creamy Potato hit me up an hour prior to this going, Apex? And I was like, I wish. Just the circumstances where my life is working right now, it's like I have a small amount of time to complete certain tasks before, because I wake up at 5:30 every day in the morning, and I have 10 to 12-hour days, which it's not every day, but I get home and I want to play some games, but I can't. You ever have that? And it's just the most awkward thing that I've ever felt, because I am gung ho on video games. You and I are gung ho on video games, and for me to like just be like, I can't, because there's more stuff I need to finish when I get home.
Right. Or you finished all this stuff and you finally get home and you're like, all right, everything's done. I finished all this. I took down all this. I did all this. And okay, now I'm just going to sit and play some video games. And you just get on the couch and you just go.
Like my soul left my body.
And then you get up and just go to bed because you know it ain't going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Because by the time, like I said, I get home, I work out, I eat dinner. I barely made it to the podcast, but I'm here. And then at the end of the podcast, I have other things to do that's going to pay me some money for an hour. I have to make a phone call. And I would only hope to be in bed by 10:30. Because if I'm not, it is work is a struggle.
Right.
So it all in all, in a nutshell, it's been difficult, but I'm not going to be so hard on myself about it. And I'm going to be getting back into it. I will say what game I do want to start playing, and that is the Mario RPG remake, which I did I bought. So and luckily, my buddy Ninja Turtles said it's about a 10 to 11 hour game, and I was like, you know what, I can get into that, because when I beat Pikmin 3 or 4,
I remember it being longer than that.
30+ hour game. Pikmin 4 was really, really great. However, I will sell that game. I'm never going to play it again. But I thoroughly enjoyed my adventure.
Season 3 of Exo Primal just came out today. So,
oh boy, there you go. I know what you're doing.
And I really wanted to play Avatar because I picked up Avatar, and I even picked up the new Prince of Persia today because it's supposed to be a really good Metroidvania. Now that I found out the actual story and they weren't just race swapping the prince, I was like, okay, all right, I like the way this is going. So I picked it up, and I wanted to play it today. I wanted to make content, but I've been so busy I didn't even get to put up a video today, and it's just the way life goes. But with that being said, there's not much more to talk about us playing video games. No. So we're gonna talk about this stuff that I saw today, and I know you didn't get to watch it. So it's really going to be me giving you my opinion on it and bouncing it off and seeing what you think about it. And then I'm already seeing what everybody's saying in the chat. People seem to like the cringe fest that was the developer direct.
Like they legit like it, or they like it for the memes that you can make.
Like, for example, I was on I was on the road with my wife, and we were watching it there. And she had an appointment, so I made her watch it because we were in the car and I wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
So the first game that showed was Avowed, and I've really been looking forward to Avowed, and that's being made by Obsidian. And as we're watching it, I was like, oh, this looks pretty cool. All right. Oh, no, John, you're wrong. This was a pure F. It was awful.
Avowed?
It was cringe fest.
The game is called Avowed?
So, Avowed. And there was one point where they finally showed the characters, the dialogue, and how they interact with each other. And like my wife looks at me at one point. Obsidian.
There we go. Thank you.
Yeah, the people that made Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah.
So after there's a dialogue exchange, my wife goes, "Ooh, who wrote this? A 12-year-old?" And I'm like, "I'll tell you in a minute." That's what I told her. And the two people were talking, and then the guy was like, well, they were making fun of me, and they called me a dumb baby. I'm like, what? I mean, the dialogue was like nails on a chalkboard bad.
Do we, how long was the whole event? How long did it last for?
About 45 to 50 minutes.
Is this worthy of me maybe watching it and making a cringe fest clip for 5 minutes?
Not everyone, because when they showed Visions of Mana, it was really good. That was good. That game's going to be good with no problem. That game's going to be good. Certain ones were just boring. Like there's one called Ara or something like that. It's like a Civ type game, and it was a snooze fest. Everybody in the chat was like, boring. Wake me up when something fun is happening. Boring. Like I've never read the word boring so many times.
I think it would be fun for either one of us, if you want to make one, is to just do a summary of how terrible it was and just do quick dopamine hits of like a clip bump, this game awesome. This and then all of a sudden dude going, he called me a baby, cringe. And all of a sudden the other thing, 5 seconds of this, snooze fest. Like an absolute, like you know what I'm saying, like an overdose.
I could see that, but if you watch it yourself first, you're going to get to points where, again, going back to the dialogue in Avowed, you're going to be like, wow, it sounds like a crybaby millennial said these things because that's what they heard when they were 12, and any other dialogue that you would have in that kind of era of game or that kind of fantasy would just be too offensive or something like that for them. I'm like, just nobody talks like that in these type of games. Have you ever played an Elder Scrolls or a fantasy game? Have you ever watched real Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings? Nobody talks like this. And the voices they picked, the voice actors did not fit the characters.
Oh, so that's always the worst. That's always the worst.
It was a cringe fest.
It really throws me off when when in any like animated movie or show or video game where the voices are it's just not working, and it throws me off so much to the point where I get annoyed and I don't enjoy myself. So what do? I go and watch something else.
It's really sad because Avowed looks fantastic.
Famous the Dad goes,
are gorgeous.
Famous the Dad goes, well, I'm a millennial. I take offense to that. Dude, we're all millennials, bro. Doesn't matter. We're elder millennials, not the weak ones. Not the weak ones that are way in the back.
we're called Zennials, believe it or not. There's
Zennials.
a little gap between Gen X and Millennial. That's like a 4 or 5 year gap
Yeah,
called
I've
Zennials.
heard of that term. Whatever.
We're supposedly fit right in there
I've heard that.
because of blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But I, like there were so many options of them being able to present something better, and people were like Gear 6, like the chat was just going off on them, just, and it was sad. And then once we got to Indiana Jones, it was like, oh, this looks great, but we see the developers, we see the people they picked to present the game, and you just go, oh, this is going to be up, it's going to be a bait and switch. And at the end, they're like, they show this female character that's going to be right alongside Indy, and you know what's going to happen. It's going to be a bait and switch like the movie, and that's what everyone goes bait and switch, and then they're like whamming whamming. I'm like, wow, the what do you call it was just destroying them. And if it wasn't one of those where I got really bored watching all of it until 1997, you are a Gen Z. Is that a Gen Z? 97? I think so. But I was really bored, so I just watched the chat. The chat was hilarious. Freaking hilarious. And what do you call it? Senua's Saga. That's the other one. The new Hellblade. It looks good. It looks great.
Dude, I loved. It might be an unpopular opinion, and I don't care. For some reason, when I was playing the first Senua's Sacrifice, I loved it. I loved the character. I loved the woman who played it. I loved the darkness of it. I even dude, my basement was like during winter, so I was living in my mom's basement at the time, and it was cold, and I was just like, this, yeah. Not anymore. I own a home, but progress. It was just felt the mood and the atmosphere, and I had my like gaming lights, my Philip Hughes at the time. So I made dude, I just loved it. And I actually really, really like the actress that plays that character. So,
you're going to be happy because this one, it looks great. The only thing is, how long ago did they announce this and how long has it been pushed back? And I mean, they keep talking about it. I'm like, I got to the point where I'm okay, next.
Same. Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, they talk about a game, talk about it, present it. And it's been years. And it's been 4 years now because that was talked about during launch of the Series X. So it's just one of those things, tiresome. Move on, give us the game already. I get you want to hype it right before it releases because I think it releases in like March or May, one of the M months. I forget which one.
Okay.
So, that's fine. But if it wasn't for Visions of Mana, this would have been like I'm exaggerating when I say F, but it would have been just the worst direct. And it's not because of the games, it's because of what they're doing to these promising games.
Well, sorry, go ahead. Continue.
No, I'm just, it's really bothersome because, again, like Avowed, I was looking forward to. We know what they're going to do with Indiana Jones because Todd Howard's the executive producer and he worked with Lucasfilm. What does that mean? Indiana Jones, I'm hoping I'm wrong, but look what happened with the latest movie. Everybody was hoping they were wrong, and nobody was wrong.
A lot of people were disappointed. I think the best I got, because I watched this one guy. He's like one of the first people I subbed to. Him and LGR back in the day. He does this one guy does movie reviews, and he said the best way the best way to rate the last Indiana Jones was it was better than the Crystal Skull. Like,
see, I heard just the opposite, that it was so bad that Crystal Skull was bearable.
Oof.
And I didn't hate Crystal Skull.
I didn't hate Crystal Skull either because I went and saw the movie with my dad, so it was fun in that aspect. But I was like, and then I went back and just kept rewatching all the other first 3 Indiana Jones. I'm like, these are so good.
I think it's all because of Shia LaBeouf's overacting that really ruined it. But yeah, that's all I got to say about that. So I'm really worried about them, doing this, and then that other game was just boring. Hey, if you like Civ games, and it's not even an Xbox game, it's a PC game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, why'd you put it on Xbox Direct? Because it's Xbox Game Pass for PC. I was like, okay, you could have released that another way. That means you just don't have anything else, and that was disappointing. And it's snooze fest. I'm sorry, I'm not a big Civ type person, and I don't think it deserved something like this. Maybe a small one, maybe a little trailer, maybe a little video, but no, it didn't. It didn't deserve a spotlight in this. Really, the only thing worth it out of this one's going to be Visions of Mana.
Visions of Mana, huh?
Indiana Jones will be one of those wait and see. I was going to buy Avowed physically, but now I'm going to Game Pass it.
I'm wondering if there's going to be like, if they kind of know that Indiana Jones is going to be so bad that they make like just a killer special edition where it's like, okay, I'm only buying this for a special edition.
To be honest, I really want it to be good.
Yeah, I would love it for it to be good. I'm
going to have to check indie
out.
Growing up.
Yeah, me too.
And I've always liked Harrison Ford, so I'm just scared. To be honest, I'm completely scared.
Terrified? Do you lose sleep at night?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I feel like I do. And by the way, I don't know if this is working or not. Oh, how does it show up over here? Oh, it does. By the way, if you guys didn't know, we are streaming on X. Our very first podcast of 2024 is live on YouTube and on X. I told you we were going to come to other platforms. Spotify soon. I'm going to wait for him to take care of that. Cody, blame it, and Dave, blame it on.
That's all I have to say.
No, I'm going to take. I'm going to take care of it. It's just I've been so busy. I need to take care of it. I know.
Now going back to the Mana series, are all these Mana games like the Secret of Mana, which I have an original? I'm looking at it right now. Original packaging, complete inbox zip, for Super Nintendo. Are these all like the same world, the same style games made by the same guys, or are there different dev teams that have been making them over the years? But
it's not going to be the same team that made the original.
No, yeah, but it is the same idea, the same kind of the same world. It all correlates with each other, like Final Fantasy.
From my understanding, yes. I've only played. What was the other Mana I played? The one that came out on PS4 that was re-release. Secret, yeah, the re-release. Secret. I have one of the others, and I just don't remember which one it is because I have it on. I think it's Super Famicom.
Okay.
I have the Japanese version. So now I'm actually looking to play it, and it looks really good. And I kind of liked. Oh, what was the other Mana game? The one that was on the Switch. Trials.
I think it's Trials. Yeah.
Yeah, that one I got about a few hours into, and it was really good. It just came out when a bunch of other games came out that I wanted to play, and it's just, you know how that is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Oh yeah, Rebirth is going to be great.
I pre-ordered mine online, the deluxe edition.
Ooh.
So paid off. It'll be here on the day it comes out. I actually did it from Best Buy because I worry about GameStop. So
I don't know why you're such a big supporter on GameStop. Yeah. They're like one of the worst gaming companies ever.
Oh yeah.
I have to take every time I park in front of the one that's by me, I take a big deep breath and I go, okay, just ignore what they say before you purchase. Just ignore what they say because it's constantly like, do you want a warranty on this? No, this is Super Mario RPG.
No.
Well, you'll get an extra 5% off if you join our club. Would you like to? No, man, it's cool. Well, and then it all tones out there, and I'm like, this is why I despise GameStop, and I know the employees freaking hate doing that too.
Yeah, trust me. As someone who worked there, we hated pitching, and we're just like, I'm sorry, we have to. So just okay. I know the answer is going to be no, but so I pre-ordered this game. Gunraiser. It's a mech game, and I pre-ordered it. Forgot I pre-ordered it, and I saw it. My local game store got it in today for PlayStation 4 and 5. I was like, wait, I pre-ordered this at GameStop for Xbox. Let me stop by. I forgot. And
says the guy with over 600 Nintendo Switch games. I believe it.
Yeah. So I checked the website, said they didn't have any in stock. So I stopped by and I was going to change my pre-order to something else. And they're like, oh no, we've had it in, and they gutted it. It was an only copy. So instead of checking the pre-order list and putting it aside for guy who pre-ordered it, they put it out on the shelf. And who knows how long it'd been out, because it wasn't supposed to come in until, oh no, it came out 4 days ago.
They didn't notify you? Or
nope.
This was GameStop?
Yep. And I had half the thing paid off.
Boy.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I mean, listen, I understand, like, in some people's situations and where they live, it's like, to get maybe special editions or whatever, it's like there's like a GameStop, you know, they can't go to Walmart. Or they can try to get it online. Cameo.
By the way, did you know that?
Video.
I was at the right within the first like minute or two of Beat 'em Up's latest video.
No, I didn't.
I was at the beginning. Yeah, I was at the beginning. So people were talking about his 1,000 plus Switch games, and in the video he actually looked up other people in the video who has Switch game collections. And mine came up at 600 plus, and he's like, "Ooh, that's a lot of games." And he actually shows mine, you know, where it does that little preview when you hover over it. He did that and actually showed it like almost full screen. I was like, "Oh, that's me. I was in 2 of his videos so far."
That's where, like, when you start getting exposure like that, that's good. That means you're doing something right. So that's pretty great to hear. I'm happy to hear that. That's awesome.
So, but back to the topic at hand. One thing after that Xbox Direct, they were advertising the ESO global reveal, the 2024 global reveal. And I was like, all right, I like ESO. I've been playing it for quite some time. I've taken a little break for the last year, but I'm going to go back. And now with this new expansion, sure, I'll jump into it. Until 2 things. I noticed things were just disappearing from the chat, and I didn't think too much about it. I was like, oh, wait, whatever. And then there was a point where, if you're familiar with Elder Scrolls lore, there are these Daedric princes, and there's a new one called the Forgotten Prince.
Okay.
And it's a female. So they're calling the Forgotten Prince, the Forgotten Princess a prince, because that's considered their lore. So instead of actually referring to her as a princess, they're not. So what happened was the chat blew up. And just started insulting them and saying, woke, this is and every time they would anytime someone would call them out on their BS or say the word woke, you just see it disappear from the chat, disappear. And people are like, wait,
it's being monitored.
Chats
being monitored.
And I went, wow, the censorship is ridiculous in here. And then you just see everything like as fast as it can come up, things just start disappearing, and people are just going off on them. And there's a point where you can see they stop like censoring it as much because they're getting called out on it. So I was like, all right, I'm going to test. And I went, wow, they're really censoring here. They didn't get rid of mine, but they did a few people before that was saying the same thing. So depending on how far you would watch it, they started only taking out anything that says the word woke. And there were people that were like, all right, time to test.
Oh, so they check it, like, changing it, like...
Boom. Like, as soon as they would just write, woke, disappear, woke, disappear. And then, wow, this is woke, disappear.
So where people start using, like, different...
disappearing.
Were people, like, trying to use, like, different, like, ways to spell it, but not just
W-O-K-E? And then it would still disappear.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, they were censoring the crap out of it. And I went, you know what? Like, I was explaining to my wife, because she had gotten done with her appointment and was in the car, and she asked me what's going on, because I just went, and I'm just laughing. And then I explained to her what was going on, and she's just like, wow. And then I just said, you know what, I'm done. And then I turned it off, because it's just, I lost all respect for all the developer, everybody in that video. When you understand what you're saying, it's going to cause a backlash. People are going to, especially nowadays when the pendulum's swinging, the other direction, people are going to call you out on your BS. And they were trying to censor people calling them out. And I was like, you know what? I really do love Elder Scrolls and I love ESO. And it's funny because I even bought three things from Bethesda shop, the Bethesda gear.
Okay.
On January 1st, they had a huge blowout sale. I got a shirt for $10, another one for 15, and then I got a set of dice from Eben Packhart, which is my I just get my clan and ESO, and they're all red and black. They were originally 40. I got them for $20, so it was awesome. I got all this stuff. This stuff still hasn't shipped. Like, and I even did the customer support thing, and they're like, "Oh, we'll tell you tomorrow. We'll send you an email tomorrow." That was 2 days ago.
Yeah, but so, you can't rely on that. It's like, oh, okay, yeah. Tell me you don't know without telling me you don't know.
So I just bought all this stuff too, and I have all these collector's editions, and it just puts such a bad taste in my mouth that I was just like, all right, you know what? I'm just going to ignore this. I'm not going to let it ruin my day. It's just stupidity at its finest.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, and it's just it's sad that Microsoft sees, and the people at Xbox know what they're doing. People don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because in the chats, both chats was two things: people calling them woke or people talking about Sony ponies. I saw the phrase Sony pony more times in the two chats than anything else. And I'm like, why are you guys talking about PlayStation? This has nothing to do with PlayStation. So I don't know if it was the Sony fanboys or just people taking shots for no reason. It was the dumbest experience today. It was the stupidest thing.
I think, and going back to like the woke thing, I was with a party with my friends, and I'll preface this like if you want to do a really cool, I was talking about like if I'm gonna go watch a samurai movie that takes place in feudal Japan, right, and they're going to war,
right?
Like I don't expect to see Pedro and Tyrone on the front lines, dude. Okay, like that's gonna take me out. It's gonna take me out of the experience. Okay, so, but here, let me go and say like, okay, if you try to be creative, okay. Oh no.
He said no good night to you, Nick.
Thanks, Cody. I appreciate it, man. But if you can take the time and write something good like Afro Samurai or Blue Eye Samurai, which is a female samurai with blue eyes, that was great. Like,
Afro
here we
Samurai
go.
Was so good.
There you go. So it's okay. Like, I'm not against, but like having different
ethnicities. It made sense why he was in there.
So
we have the whole set. My wife had never seen it. We were at a CD trade a number of years ago, and she's like, "What's this?" And I was like, "We have to get it. It's great. So good. Yeah, the game was good too."
I never played the game, but the point being is,
played on PS3.
If you're creative and not lazy, you could make stuff that if done right, it's not woke. It's just cool. It's just great. But when you just have lazy writing and you race swap or gender swap, people see that, and it's yeah.
And it's a little ridiculous because we were talking about it. My buddy Lich came up just for Saturday the other day from South Florida, and we were talking about because there's something happened. My wife made a joke. It was funny, but we were talking about how all the gingers, there's an anti-ginger conspiracy in Hollywood.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
And my friend had no clue. He was like, "What do you mean?" Because he's not into all this.
Mm-hmm.
And we mentioned every ginger, every redhead, and he's like, "Oh my God, they do. They really replaced them all." And it's kind of a shame, but it looks like we're in that era where things are starting to come back. So there are companies like, they just changed the name. It's that South Korean company that's making that game for PlayStation. It was originally going to be on PlayStation and Xbox. It was something. What was that? The game? Do you guys know in the chat? It's the it's now a PlayStation exclusive. Sony picked it up, and people were complaining that, oh, she's not realistic. Her body type is not real. Nobody has a body type like that. And then they went, really? And then they showed a picture of the model that they actually scanned her body. And they're like, this is her.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I remember that.
Scarlet Blade or something Blade or something like that. Yeah, and they just went, it shut people up. So, it's getting to the point where people just want good games. They want good stories. They don't want politics. They don't want these wonky narratives.
Yeah.
And again, today's videos, the directs showed that, because Microsoft is still one of those that thinks people want this, and their chat clearly says, just shut up and give us good games.
Mm-hmm.
Just shut up and just stop it. We just want to play a good game.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, that's a Stellar Blade. Thank you, D-Man. Stellar Blade.
Stellar Blade.
Dave says, I used to love Marvel movies. Now I don't even watch them on Disney Plus. I guess I'm old. No, you're not, Dave. No, you're not. No, you're not. We're all in the same boat. I've done the same thing. I've watched 2 or 3 Marvel movies since Endgame, and they've all gone that way. I heard Echo was really bad, because it does a lot of the same stuff. So I believe that we're at the end of this. We're at the end. Maybe in a couple more years we're going to see all this stuff start to fade away. But I think within maybe next 5 or 6 years, the pendulum's going to completely swing. We're going to get back to normal, and then
you should have seen. I don't know. You might have seen this because we tend to watch some of the same YouTube stuff. But that fighter that just completely went off on the Canadian interviews.
Oh,
even I was like, I'm cooking dinner, and I'm watching this. So I'm like, whoa! And even I was like, wow, this guy gives 0 Fs, man. But he brings up some pretty good. It's like, are we going to talk about the fight, or are we going to talk about your, you're bringing up politics? I'm a fighter,
I think,
but he's like, you're a disease. I'm like, whoa, dude.
You're the reason I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Because I saw it on X, and I was like, somebody posted it that I would never expect. It might have been someone from Geeks and Gamers. I don't know. Okay. But I then saw Tim Pool's take on it, and I was like, whoa. Yeah, I saw the whole thing, and I went, whoa. Oh, and I just realized, thank you, John. I appreciate it. He gave us a super sticker. Oh, thank you. That's $2.
You could appreciate that. Junior bacon cheeseburger with that, and I love them.
No, since when? Aren't those like $3.50 now?
Are they, man? I remember when you can get for $2.75, $3, you can get chicken nuggets and a junior bacon cheeseburger, JBC, dude, for like a couple bucks. It was fantastic. I miss that.
Where? No,
Wendy's. At Wendy's.
There's a burger place that just opened up. I forget where. Somewhere in Orlando. I went with one of the guys from church. We went over there, and it's like the cheapest burgers you can find that are actually made right in front of you. It's a double smash burger. It was really good. It was like,
oh, I love smash burgers.
$6.
I love
and I'm
smash
like,
burgers.
Where do you get? And there was another one that was $3. I was like, what? And yeah, it was like, it wasn't the greatest burger. It was all right, but for the price and how much you get, I was like, okay.
I was downtown for work last week. I'm down there quite often, and I always see the Shake Shack, and I'm like, I'll get a Shake Shack burger.
Yes, now John's more like it. Now I can get a stick of gum.
Nope.
Inflation.
But
no,
you can't.
half a stick of gum because
half a stick. There you go.
Shrinkflation.
But it was good. It wasn't worth them. The size of the burger, I was hoping was going to be a little bit bigger, but I was like, this is a really good burger. I think I got the fries too. Yeah. It was more than I wanted to spend.
Yeah, yes, he is. He beat you to it, Dave. He beat you to it. Do you guys? Okay. By the way, let me stop here before I go on. We're now officially in the side quest.
Are we officially in the side quests? Okay.
Because it wasn't really much. We could. I was thinking about doing the whole thing about all the Switch 2 leaks. But I did a video covering it, and I think it's BS. It's nonsense. Just enjoy the Switch. Go watch that video if you guys haven't. But now we're in the side quest, and I'm going to ask you about a burger place. It's a chain. We have it here, and I was wondering if you guys have it over there, because in South Florida we didn't have it. Up here we do. It's called Culver's. Do you have Culver's?
There's that Culver's I thought is native in Wisconsin.
I don't know.
I believe it started in Wisconsin.
It's so good.
It's very good. But I'll tell you,
it's like my favorite fast food place, and it's for fast food, it's kind of slow, but it's worth it.
Yeah,
and the fish sandwiches. I'm not a fan of fish.
I love a good fish sandwich.
I like this fish sandwich. A good cod. I like fish and chips. Cod, I'm good with. But this fish sandwich is really good.
I have to check it out next time.
Yeah, man, whoops.
Culver's, yeah. So what I've learned about Culver's with this money flow, I hope I can buy a new controller. Famous to Dad says he's got a Culver's in Georgia.
I just got another controller today.
Oh boy, good. We love them though. I mean,
the thing is, the videos were doing so well, and then the last like 2 or 3. Bomb.
Well, dude, that one with that glows. I don't know if it's no, it's the Turtle Beach one that you have, that insane one with the display.
Yeah,
that was a nice, long, in-depth video. I mean, it took you a while, like you
half an hour.
Or no. There was that. Now I was trying to catch up on one of my installs, and I was watching the other handheld that competes with Steam.
Oh yeah, the Asus ROG Ally.
Yeah, the Asus. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one I actually filmed in 3 different parts.
Yeah, I know, because you took your time with it. And
the thing is,
that looks like a
realized
fun little unit.
I could not give it an honest review after just doing it the first day, and I was like, all right. And I was going to do it on a week, and I was like, it's still not enough time, because I didn't know what things I would like, what things I wouldn't like, how it performed over longer periods of time, and I didn't get to play it as much as I wanted to. So after, I think it was last week, I was at Chevy. Had to get service, and I had a recall. Something was misfiring or something. I forgot what they said it was, but it was just something that had to be done with a software update. So nothing
interesting. Good.
Yeah, because you know all these new cars.
For those, yeah.
So it was a software update. So they said, oh, it's going to take about an hour and a half. So I start playing. I'm playing a round of Exo Primal, and it doesn't heat up like that. It doesn't get loud, and I was like, my real only issue is the sticks are a little too soft. That's it. But I was only in there for 40 minutes, but I still got to play it, and then I took it with me when I had to go down south, and I was like, I'm really enjoying this thing. And then sometimes, and I even mentioned it in the video, and some guy made a hilarious comment about it, but it's something great that my wife will say, hey, we've been watching all the Fast and Furious movies, right? So we were watching those, but I still wanted to play. So I'm in bed, we're watching the movies, and I'm still playing and getting to watch movies at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so convenient, because where else can I portably play my Xbox games? I installed Steam as well, but out of I think I have like 50 or 60 Steam games, and only about maybe 20, 25 of them are compatible.
Yeah, so Steam's not going to have all those games aren't going to be compatible.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Unfortunately, but it could run Cyberpunk, man. Like on low settings, but you're on a tiny little screen. But it's pretty impressive.
Now,
and if you really want to
have, I don't know how familiar you are with the processors. There's a Z1 and the Z1 Extreme on these two. I got the standard Z1.
Okay.
And people were giving me crap up there, like, oh, the Z1. Oh, you only got. I'm like, it's $400, and it plays all my games fine. Yeah. The only thing is, Exo Primal, I had to turn down the resolution to get it to run at a solid frame rate. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, and you're gonna get that.
But everything else runs great. Everything else runs smoothly. I've played Injustice, Borderlands, Shredder's Revenge. Like I said, Exo Primal, High on Life. I've tried out so many different games.
High on Life is
it runs beautifully on there too.
What amazing fun adventure High on Life was. I don't think I
got halfway through it
so hard in a game.
Yeah, some of the things were funny. Other ones were a little. I'm like, oh, okay.
No, some of it's
So that was
pretty
fun.
crass. It's just super crass humor. But it was great. You know, it's a
No, it's one of those where it's like, oh, I didn't expect that kind of joke right now, but okay. And
yes.
I think that was the good part because how long has it been that we've got a game where they just didn't care about how
Just
crass it was?
I mean, when we were kids,
South Park.
yeah, we had South Park. Speaking of South Park, I want to go back to Famous to Dad's comment here, and I'll say why South Park. He goes, I haven't even watched Echo, nor will I watch anything else. Disney puts out all its hot garbage, and you would think whoever's running the show at the top would say, huh, this isn't working. These movies are costing a ton to make, and we're not even getting what we put out of it. I wonder why that is. Well, go watch South Park Pandaverse. The Pandaverse, dude. It's
I
fantastic.
I don't have what is it on Paramount Plus?
Yeah, I
It's the
didn't.
only reason I haven't watched it.
Dude, the only reason why I was able to watch it is because I canceled Paramount Plus,
Hmm.
but apparently I didn't cancel it, even though I did cancel it. And so it kept showing up on my Amazon. I'm like, wait a minute, I have Paramount Plus, and I watched it. It was so good. I watched it again with my brother. We ordered pizza and we watched it and some other movies, and it was just hilarious. So the thing is, some speculate that when you have a company that produces this type of content that Disney's producing, they don't care if they lose money as long as they get the message out. And whatever that
Right.
message may be, I don't know, because I stopped watching a lot of Disney stuff because I just doesn't entertain me.
The thing is, it's starting to backfire because Disney's lost so much money. Not one, not one of their movies did well this year besides Guardians 3 in 2023.
Guardians 3
It's
was
the
great.
only one that actually made a profit. Everything
Well,
either bombed or broke even.
n-
One movie
n-
broke even. All the rest bombed. Nothing else
so
made money.
I recall that none of the actors were like, "Oh, wait a minute, you want to do Guardians 3 without the director from 1 and 2?
Yeah,
We're not
James
gonna
Gunn.
we're,
Yeah.
we're not gonna do the movie."
Hmm.
They're like, "That's fine. We're just not gonna do the movie." And so then they got James Gunn back on, and then they made the movie,
Yep.
and it was a great movie.
Yep. So D-Man brings up a good point. I think Deadpool 3 will make $1 billion thanks to nostalgia like No Way Home. First two were good. I hope Ryan and Hugh don't let me down. Well,
What's
with
going on?
that
Isn't
being
that in
said, there
production
was
hell or
yes. One, it started because of the strike. Two, Ryan Reynolds was like, this is crap. All this is crap. And he fired a bunch of people because Disney was trying to Disneyify it, and he's like, no, no. So I haven't heard anything else since then, and that was a few weeks back. So I don't know what else is true or what isn't, but I heard production stopped right now.
those
I don't.
Deadpool movies were fun? I
Yeah.
enjoyed them. They were
So,
great.
but yeah, I enjoy one and two. It's one of the few Marvel movies that like two came out after Endgame, didn't it? I think so.
I was distracted because I even sent the message to this girl. His girlfriend in the second movie looked had very similar features to a girl I had kind of dated years ago, and it was kind of distracting. You know how the voice
Mm,
acting that doesn't match up is kind of throws you off a bit?
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
But
no, I
otherwise, that movie was
understand.
great.
Yeah,
Just throwing that
I
out
enjoy
there.
it.
Just,
So,
just
what do you call it? One thing I was going to say? You know what's coming up in a couple weeks?
a weekend of me not working.
Wow, that'd be amazing. No, well, we have MegaCon here in Central
MegaCon.
Florida.
That's right. Your MegaCon's back.
Yes, and I spoke with Jay, and if everything goes right, I'm not just going to be hanging out with him on Saturday. I'm going to try to see if he can introduce me to Gina Carano,
Oh,
because
that would be amazing.
he told me he's going to be the one sitting with her at her table,
Uh huh.
and he told me to stop by, say hi, and all that other stuff. So I'm going to hit him up before and say, hey, can introduce me, and we could say hi, and I'll be like, Gina
Yeah.
Carano, you know. But yeah, so I'm. What would you guys say out there in chat land if I did a short live stream from City Walk with the guys from Geeks and Gamers if they say it's okay? Would you guys watch it? That's the thing. It might be on. It's going to be on a Saturday night. Would you guys be willing to watch it? Let me know because I'm thinking of doing that, and I might. last couple of years at MegaCon, I just recorded and then made a video. I think I might just live stream while I'm at the con for maybe a good 30, 40 minutes. I'm usually there for at least a good 4 or 5 hours. So I was like, okay, if I do a live stream for at least a half an hour or so, if you guys would watch it, maybe I'll do that too. But we'll find out. You guys let me know, and then I'll put up a poll, see what you guys say. If you guys will watch it, I'll do it, and then yeah. So the thing is, does Nick even care? Does Nick even care?
I do.
No, you don't. You lie. You lie. You lied, you liar.
I do. I do care. I do care.
You need to go to a MegaCon.
I have
means you got to come to Florida one time.
Yeah, well, I have the flyer miles to do it. I might be going to Mexico to do some videography and some photography, all paid for. So cross my fingers. I get my passport that I expedited and spent a couple $100 on.
Oh, I actually, I just got mine not too long ago. We did all that too, and I'm going out of town. I can't remember what month. I want to say it's somewhere in March or February, March or April. I'm going to London.
Ooh.
Don't want to go to London. I told you I don't care. Don't want to. Okay, that's a song. That's from Third Eye Blind. Shows how old I am. Their first album. So, oh yeah, Dave said this the other day. And it's funny. I told my wife, and she's like, okay, and I'm like, no. No, I was like, she's gonna steal the show, and then everyone is gonna be like, get this guy off. So.
Oh no. I'm paying attention. Yes, I'm paying attention.
See, and there you go. I am going to buy video games in London. The only thing is I don't know. I'm going to see if there are any UK exclusives on current gen. Because I know they'll play, and then other ones, because I do have some UK, some PAL region PS2 games and stuff like that. They don't work. So I think if I get a PAL region, some PS1 or Sega stuff, they might be able to be used on the Polymega if that ever comes.
Yeah, what's going on with that thing, dude? I thought you had a notification that you were. How many times have they pushed that back?
Since I purchased it, 3 times, 4 times. I don't know.
Oh, that's so infuriating.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Because did you not get rid of like your whole Sega collection because of this thing?
Half of my Sega collection. And I got rid of all my Retrons. The retro consoles, the ones that I got rid of all of them because I was like, oh yeah. After they sent me the thing saying it'll be shipping soon, I went, okay, I'm gonna load it all up, trade all this stuff in. I'm not gonna worry about it. And then they're like, well, we're just gonna go radio silence for a year.
Unbelievable, dude.
A-holes. Yeah. So, but there are photos out there. People are saying on their social medias now, Polymega has gotten super active. They're sending all these updates. People have gotten them. So people comment on my previous video where I'm talking about the delay, delayed again, that they just received them. Some people are receiving their Nintendo 64 module before the base unit. And
Wonderful.
They ordered the 64 after the base unit. So it is what it is. But yep. So, well, that's going to be fun when I get it. What were we talking about? How did I get on the Polymega? What were we talking about?
Great question.
I don't remember what. Let's check the chat to see what they were saying. Okay. Deadpool? What were we talking about, Marvel?
I don't know.
We could be talking about the silver PS5 controls come out soon. Yeah.
Are you getting one? Of course you are.
To be honest, the blue and red video didn't do as well as I hoped, so I probably won't. Now I have to, going into this year, like the end of the year, I go ham on new controllers.
Mm-hmm.
And I just make a video for every controller I can find because during the holidays they do well. Throughout the year, I really have to vet my controller selection because now I have a couple companies that are sending them to me. What sucked, I was supposed to get 2 controllers from this company, and they were coming from China. They got my zip code wrong. It went from here to Texas to other places, and it just went around like 4 times. And then apparently it made its way to my post office. And because they put my name on it incorrectly and my address, even though it said Red Bandana Gaming, my name, they didn't put my name on there, even though I gave them my name.
Do you have a P.O. box or anything?
Yes, I have a P.O. box. And then the lady at the post office was like, I didn't know what any of this stuff was, and half the address was gone.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know which box to put it in. And so now I had to add Red Bandana Gaming on my P.O. box. So if anything ever happens and that comes in, it's now listed where they'll just look it up in their system.
And it'll automatically pop up.
Yeah. So it sucks because it's like $200 in controllers. It's 2 different controllers. And now I haven't heard back from the company to see if they're going to reship them. So is what it is. I've got another company that's sending me a video game code to test soon for one of their new releases. And then another controller company just reached out to me today. And I'm going to take it. What the heck? Why not?
Yeah. So. You don't have an exclusive or exclusivity type of clause to one manufacturer. So dude, take what you can get, feel it out.
A lot of these are ones you can buy on Amazon. You know, when you search for controllers, you're like, what does that say? Well, how did that letter, those letters aren't a word. Yeah, those companies are
it's
the
like, well, the controller looks awesome.
Well, it's funny because the one that was reached out to me today looks like exactly like another one that I already reviewed, just with a different name on it and Hall effect sticks.
Dude.
So I'm not gonna spoil it because
yeah. But I was laughing so hard. You might have seen the video where a Ninja Turtles bought a knockoff, thinking he was getting a knockoff Breath of the Wild controller.
Yeah.
I did a reaction video
to it. Yeah.
I was laughing so freaking hard.
What was it that you called it in there?
A Naki? He got a Naki. He got a Naki. And the funny thing is like, people are in the comments and stuff. I think on his video, they're like, "Yeah, dude, I got my kid the same controller. Works great." And it's like people were feeling bad.
Give me a second, and I'm actually going to show you something because that just reminded me. So give me a minute.
It was so freaking funny, and like, I'm all for it. Like the thing that made it so funny to me was because, the price during the holidays, I'm like, this doesn't sound right. Like I had to go I found someone on eBay and I had to buy that dang controller. I had to go all the way like far into the city, further than I wanted to. There's tons of construction here in Chicago, and pick up this dang controller for $75. And I'm like, dang, he's getting it for $30 shipped. I'm like, nah, this can't be this. I was like, okay, we'll see what happens. And I didn't say anything. And then he makes a video and you can see like the knockoff box and how close they got it. And like, he got a Naki.
So
I think he's got UB click.
You see that?
I like that.
You know that controller, right? Right? So what about...
Ooh. Is one a Naki?
You tell me.
Oh. Well, it's got to be the one without the Switch logo on it.
Yep. I bought this one because I didn't think I'd be able to get my hands on this one. I got this one on Amazon for $35 when this one came out and I couldn't get it anywhere. And I took it apart because I was like, all right, what's the difference? It doesn't have NFC. And you know how if you move the stick a certain way, you can see it thanks to all gamers?
Yeah.
It's just got some random letters that says Slingstigurms. And it's the funniest looking thing when I pulled it apart. And it doesn't have the HD rumble, has regular rumble. It's funny how this thing is, and the grips are really loose. Mm-hmm. And if you look at the back, what does that say?
I can't tell.
Because there's nothing there.
Yeah, it just has the oval or like that shape of the, it's embedded.
Yeah. And you see how it's slightly different colored?
Oh man.
Slightly, yeah. So
well, from my
yeah, this is same company. They make these and it said end switch and stuff like that. Yeah, but I did it on purpose way back in the day. I got this right around the time I formed the channel, maybe right before.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but dude, it's you get what you pay for, man. I don't
know. What are they talking? Yes, I do follow her. She's a big Donatello fan, and Raphael is better. So yeah.
Ooh, those are fighting words. I'll tell
Nope,
you.
I win. Raph will always beat. Raph will always beat all the red. Where do you think the name of the channel came from? Yes, exactly.
Makes sense.
So, where are we going? Yeah, okay.
Oh,
so it's been an hour.
Yeah.
Did you realize we already hit an hour? How much time do you got left, Nick?
A couple minutes.
Okay.
But I will say, I got to say, it's like I've been trying to post and stream on my channel. I've been working on music in the meantime because it's been more therapeutic for me lately. So, I mean, I will be. I don't want people to think my channel is going to have some sort of identity crisis because this channel is very old considering, and there is a lot of content if you dig into it. There's a lot of old stuff that I did, and I like to mess around and have a good time. But I do have 3 to 4 songs I'll be posting. I'm gonna try to do once a week. I have to make animations for them. 2 for sure are ready to go. There's a couple more, and I just need to make some cool animations for them. They're just like one's a remake of a dance remix of a Hall & Oates record, and another one is just some dark type of trappy, atmospheric type song that really, really bumps. I got to make the animation for that. I have a cool anime character that I want to put in most, if not all, of my animated videos in one way or the other. Just looping animations, just to have a visualizer, So I'll be still posting my commentary and my ridiculous shorts, but I'm going to just start adding some more music and pushing some of that stuff. Maybe I'll have a live stream doing some music. I don't know.
I'm actually going to start doing a midday live stream now.
Nice.
Probably like Tuesday.
You
just
should.
Might as well just see how that goes too. So I like that we're branching out.
Yes. No, you got to just mix it up, and
oh, it's not that expensive over here. But thanks, Dave. Appreciate
you got to get yourself a double. If you get yourself a double fully loaded, dude, you're about there.
That's the combo price now, I think.
Culver's is good. Culver's is a good burger. It's a good burger.
I do like it. I get the one with the bacon because I love me some bacon. But thank you, Dave. Appreciate that. Yeah. So with that being said, thank you guys for joining us for our first episode 27. You guys know we're on episode 27.
Wild,
so
man.
I'm glad we're still doing this. It's not it's not the consistency that we would like, but life happens and it's just the two of us. You guys know that doesn't mean things are changing up. Like I said, I do have some guests coming, and I hope you guys enjoy those. I'm reaching out to a couple people, might have some familiar faces back on. And then after that, we're going to see how things go. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this shorter episode. And sorry we couldn't bring you more. But we've just been really busy. So again, the only thing I can say is thank you guys. I really appreciate all you guys. And if you watched my game room tour, I named all you guys in the chat right now. So thank you. Thank you for allowing us to do this, because even with everything that's going on, if you guys didn't watch, we wouldn't be here. So I got to say about that. So,
Agreed.
But we do enjoy this. And I know sometimes we go off on our little rants and we tend to ignore the chat, and then we go back and we're like, we actually feel bad when we ignore the chat. We've talked about this. There was like 10 minutes where we totally ignored it because we were on it. And we talked about that. So we try to show you guys how much we really do appreciate you. And again, if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't keep doing this. and we look forward to doing this,
Absolutely.
even though life decides it's like, hey, today you're not doing it. It's kind of upsetting. Makes us cry a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, not much. One tear, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And then otherwise, we're
like
over
the crocodile tears. You're from
wow.
Florida. You know about the crocodiles.
That means you fake it.
Crocodile tears, I don't know if it's a fake. I've never considered it a fake. I thought like sometimes feelings reach the surface. Oh, you're saying? Well, I'm just saying sometimes they reach the surface and then it just goes, nope, we're gonna stop right here. Guys, eyes get all welty and you're just kind of like, I don't want to cry in public again for the 12th time.
That's when you take your. I don't have a hat, but you usually take your hat and just go like this and go. Oh, but did I show you guys this? I don't think I showed this to you. No, because we haven't done one since.
It's a me. Meow Rio. So stupid. It's good. It's good, but it's. Oh my gosh.
My wife showed me that as a meme somewhere. I forget what, and I did the same thing you did.
Oh my gosh, it's
and
good.
Then lo and behold, on Christmas Day, I open it up and I just start laughing.
Oh, it's good, dude.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's a meme.
It's a good one. That was a good choice. She did a good job with that.
So, with last thing before we call it a night, I went to my local game store, and the young lady that works there, she goes, "I know your kryptonite." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Cat and dog videos." I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I went through the messaging because there's like 2 or 3 people that run their Instagram, and she's like, every video that you responded to or made like the laughing emoji or something to has an animal in it. It's either a cat or a dog, and I'm like,
I can vouch for this. I get more cat videos from you than anything else. To be honest, I'm like, oh, damn it. Another cat video. Fine, I'll watch it. Okay.
That's like the one I sent you the other day that said, send this to a friend and don't say anything. You see the cat, a cat going. Yeah, but... and it just sticks out its tongue. And I was like, so if it's a cat video, 99.9% of the time, if I like it, you're going to get it sent to you.
Yeah. No, I got it, dude. Sometimes, like, I've been giving myself a big break. Too with like especially Instagram, because Instagram hasn't been doing anything for me, and I'll come back and I don't have notifications on an Instagram. I'm like, oh, there's 5 messages. Yeah, there's 5 messages from 5 different people that sent me like 5 to 6 different memes. I'm like,
yeah,
this is gonna take me forever to get through right
now. Dude, when I was off of social media for December, when I came back,
your inbox should have been flooded.
You didn't send. You sent a couple, but it was only a couple. Between Gabe and another guy, it's like I don't know some of these people. The only thing we have is memes on Instagram that we send.
You don't even communicate. You don't say hi, what's up, how's your day? It's just an exchange of memes. Nothing else. There's a meme for people who exchange memes for a reason. You know what I mean? It's pretty legit.
And I'm the only reason I know him is because he watches the channel. And then he found me on Instagram. I think I helped him find a game, and he helped me find a game that we were both looking for. And then after that, we've said like maybe 2 words to each other, and it's all been memes. So I went back and I watched like 15 memes today and 15 reels, and I was like, okay, I gotta stop. But
that's funny.
Yeah, it's because all of December I took that social media break, and then I came back, and I was like, hey, you missed me, and apparently. I have not been on, I haven't posted anything since, I think, Thanksgiving. More people like that I'm back, did you miss me meme with Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber than any of my last, 15 posts. And I'm like, I hate you all.
Dude,
but I love you.
I reached 1,700 or 1,800. I got to check the end, probably more now, off of, I usually post videos. I got way more audience retention through a funny thing of what was it from The Mandalorian, So I think it's my latest post where it's like the friend that carries you, and then me, and it's like the
Yes.
friend that
Oh,
kills.
that was yours.
Yeah, I didn't make it.
Okay.
I just took it off of something because I thought it was funny, and then it was like, player killed him, goes trash, and then it's me going trash, like pointing trash. I mean, it was pretty freaking hilarious. But like my videos, they'll get like 300-400 views, sometimes 1,000. But it's only from the hate bait videos that I post just to get people going.
It's just Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram is just so dead for me, dude.
Instagram, X. The only reason I use X is to
X does nothing for me as well.
No, me neither. It's just to keep in contact with other creators. Like that's where I talk to Jay and RGT85 and a couple of other people. That's where I talk to them, but I don't use it to promote anything. I did this today. We have the latest episode. It's streaming right now on X just because I wanted to see how that goes and to see if it gets us any.
I streamed on X for months, and I don't know what it really did for me.
Yeah, it all depends on what you do. It seems like X is, if you're not talking about pop culture or politics, it does nothing. Instagram, I don't know how it works. I'll post something of a video game and it gets nothing. I'll post a meme and it gets hundreds. I don't know.
Dude, I haven't. Dude, I gain a good amount of followers, anywhere between 3 to 5 each time I stream for an hour. When I would do my Call of Duty morning streams, I just can't. I don't know. They probably took away my ability to stream again.
Right.
But I reach all the requirements regardless, so they'll just turn it back on for me. But yeah, I don't know.
See, and it's weird because I have 2 accounts on Instagram, one for the channel and my personal one that I've had for years before that. And that one, while I still haven't posted anything on my personal. And then I checked in the other day, and the entire month of not posting a thing, I got like 50 something new followers. I'm like, why? How?
Yeah, I don't know.
Red Bandana Gaming, I post consistently, and I've gotten maybe like 6.
It's an algorithm of who gets lucky, who rolls the die, and who gets picked, who gets to be the. I honestly feel like it's whoever gets to be picked as the chosen one. And I don't know if that's automated or if someone does it, or maybe both. Oh.
Well, YouTube's working right now. I'm now making, even though this is a slow month, last month was the best I've ever had on YouTube. Thank you everybody who watched everything. I really appreciate that. I'm doing very well the last couple months.
Good.
This month, even though they've pulled out, January is a terrible month for ad revenue. I'm actually doing pretty well. But if you think about what are all the ads you're seeing on YouTube right now?
Dude, I had some for like makeup, dude, for women. I'm like, what?
What are you
doing?
Is
nothing.
I'm seeing a ton of political ones for the election coming up.
To be honest, I have ad blocker on YouTube, so they could eat it, they could shove it, because they keep kicking me down onto getting my stuff monetized, dude. Just kicking me down. To be honest,
I don't care about all these politicians and who's doing what. You know why? Because the money that they're paying YouTube to put their ads up, it pays me. It goes into my pocket. So a portion of it. So thank you, people who I don't know who you are and don't give a crap. But hey, it's making me money that I normally wouldn't be making. So
hey.
But thank you guys so much for chatting, for super chatting, for super stickering, for just being here and just watching and liking and commenting. You guys are great. And I see that you guys are still doing that. Even though Nick hasn't put up so many, he's had some decent interaction lately. And that's
yeah. My last one did over 1,000, which I thought was really great. This current one, who knows? Yeah.
Which, because I watched the last one today.
The Starfield one.
Because I was like, yes, it did. When I watched it, you hadn't hit 1,000. That's good.
No, I'll be honest, and I was like,
the Switch one. Your last few ones have actually done much better than your previous. It's like everything you've done in the last month has actually done much better.
Pretty
Wow,
decent.
that Starfield one, yeah.
Not bad for the amount of subscribers I have. And I was hoping, people, we would bring some people in, but you get people that like, especially like in the Starfield one, one person put like 0.20 seconds in. This is how I feel about this video.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. And then he liked it right away because you could see like got an immediate like 1 up, and it's like people. I looked at it, and that's what it's. I know I'm doing something right when people have to leave a comment like that, and so
yeah.
I think I think I put okay, all right.
Yeah, I don't know how many times people will say they'll comment about something I said in like the first 2 minutes, and I could also make a joke and be facetious about what I was saying, and they'll make a comment about that. I was like, just listen a half a second longer, and you'll realize.
Yeah, they didn't finish the video.
A joke.
Yeah, they didn't finish the video. They don't know, and that's fine. I think the ratio was okay on likes to dislikes on that video. It was between 62 to 68% likes versus 40% dislikes, which, I mean, that's okay. That's not bad.
It's like I did the one on the MSI Claw, and dude, Steam Deck fanboys are worse than PlayStation. I swear,
it's terrible, dude.
Because I put Steam Deck Killer, and they're
it's
like,
a great title.
You're just doing clickbait. And I'm like,
absolutely. You think?
I'm like, no crap. Because if I put it's a handheld PC, you should look at. No one's gonna click on that. So yeah, and they're like, oh, you're just doing this for clicks. No, duh. And yes, and my honest opinion, I think it's better. It's more powerful than the Steam Deck, and it runs Windows.
Dude,
you can get Epic Game Store, you can get Xbox, and you can get Steam. Why would you limit yourself just to Steam unless you're going to hack the crap out of it? And the only reason I know that can be done is because of you.
I fully and intentionally make clickbait thumbnails to the max because they're fun to make. And I intentionally post videos that might get people worked up because I don't know how to be there's no other way I can be discovered. The only networking I've done with other content creators are you. I've tried to reach out to a few, like, okay, Jackzilla, he's cool. He's let me go on his stream a few times, but we're just playing Call of Duty. As far, it's like doing like one-on-ones and podcasts and stuff like this. I don't get it. Nobody's like, hey, dude, let's get you on the podcast. Blah, 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 blah.
That just reminded me, I need to buy shirts for MegaCon. So I'm actually going to make custom shirts that actually have, don't be surprised if you see something pop up because it's going to be funny, Nick. I'm going to have a REDE2START podcast shirt that's got both of our faces on it.
Let me give you a different photo. Don't use it.
No. It's going to be the ones that are on our thumbnail. Yes. Yeah. Right, hey, you gave me that photo. You're stuck.
I gave you a nice high quality one, man. My buddy took a really great photo of it.
So, but okay, so I'm gonna have. You know what? I should just have my wife walk in and go hi, and that counts, and Dave has to buy one, right? Because if that counts, I'm gonna have her walk in and just say hi. I think she's watching this right now. I'm pretty sure she's watching this right now. She should just come in here, wave, and then I better check my Teespring, and David bought a hoodie. Or hey, if you guys really want her opinion, she's going to be writing a column on the website this year about cat games.
Interesting. Okay.
She's beaten I don't know how many cat games, so she's going to have her own section, and she's going to do that. Oh, okay, Dave. I'm. Oh, she said she's in her PJs. She's in her PJs. So, and that little logo, that's our company, by the way.
Nice.
You see that little logo in the background that says Logan Masterworks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I created that.
Nice.
So, but what website? redbandanagaming.com.
I think the link is in the description.
I haven't updated it since maybe about 2-3 months ago. But coming this year, she's going to be working on it because she said she wants to add these things to it. So I said, okay, we might even be changing web hosts, um, because I'm not a big fan of WordPress, and I think we're going to change it to something else. I don't know.
I just know how to modify WordPress so much nowadays with custom CSS stuff, but Shopify. I worked a lot with Shopify for a handful of years, so I know. Nowadays you just pay someone a couple $100 to add something to it, but
so yeah, I guess she doesn't want you to buy anything tonight, but she's watching. She could just walk right in this door if she wants to. Uh, nice shoulders. Who's got the shoulders?
That's famous. He's busting my balls. He's saying that you have bigger shoulders than I do.
Maybe.
He knows. He knows I'm in my bulking phase right now. So.
Oh.
I heard that crack, dog.
Oh. Yeah. So I've actually been going to a masseuse lately.
I need to go to one so bad.
Because I've got the back problems, and before I go back to the gym, I haven't been since November because it's been so packed, and I'm like, screw you guys, I can't do anything, and I'm not going back in January for the New Year, New Me crowd. So yeah. I've been
just wait till March. They go away
and stuff like that.
They start.
I'm going to go in February.
But to March.
we do the long walks and stuff like that, and whatnot. So when I start going back, I don't want to be all like, just stiff piece of junk.
Dude, I dipped out on the gym a couple years ago. I have the one I built in the back. Problem, what's killing me is I need a heavy bag. That's what's killing me right now. I need to get cardio in really bad. And it's freezing out here.
Are you kidding me, Dave? Don't call it.
Their massage therapist been corrected once or twice, right? Even someone who works at Starbucks, you can't call them coffee makers. You just say baristas. They'll be offended. To be fair, man, that menu's pretty extensive, and they do a good job making drinks. So, thank you, baristas.
No, they don't. Starbucks is crap.
It's sugar water.
It's. Did you know? Okay, have you tried their just straight up black coffee?
It's not good.
It's crap. Dunkin' Donuts is better.
Yeah,
I prefer McDonald's coffee over that.
McDonald's coffee is good.
You know who has the worst coffee of all time? And I'll actually drink Starbucks over this place. Wendy's. Worst.
I've never even bothered having Wendy's coffee. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't care. The last two ladies just were not good. So I told my wife, if this third one, I'm giving another chance next month in February. If this third lady, if it ain't good, she's like, we'll just go to another location. I'm like, okay, we'll do that. But yeah, and I don't want to be all sore and broken and whatnot.
I've accepted my fate with it. But to be fair, I could do in all-in-one pull-ups. I could do 16 pull-ups now, all at once. That's pretty good. I'm gonna probably be able to get to 20 in February.
I have to be really careful still because now, even when I went, the lady was like, "Have you had back surgery besides right there?" I was like, "Right there." Oh wow! So I thought the scar had faded, but no, I still have a scar in the lower part of my back. And she's like, "Well, you might have. We don't have an X-ray machine, but you might have another bulging disc." I'm like, "Whoa!" Because of the soreness in a certain spot, I was like, "No," and it went away. But I don't. I had been to the hospital, what was it, 2 months ago, and they did all that stuff too. And they checked me. I was like, no, unless it's happened in the last month, I doubt it. And my lazy ass hasn't lifted a heavy thing in the last month.
Well, all I gotta say is, for people that are watching this now or later, if you don't think 16 pull-ups all at once is good, I want to see you try do 10. And then come back here on the next week's podcast and tell me how you did on trying to attempt 10, because I do sets. Now I can't do 16 all at once the second set, but I can get to like 14. and then they go down a little bit after. But
with my weight and my body size, the last time I tried it, I think I did about 9 or 10, and that was a lot because I'm over 200 pounds. So once I drop weight and work out, I know I commend you for being able to
I'm
do
like
that
180. I'm 185. I'm like 5'11", 185.
Shoot, I wish I was 185.
You can get down.
No, I don't, because I'll look a little too skinny.
You'd look too skinny at your height.
Yeah. Because I remember at one point I was 189 and people were like, "Wow, you're too skinny to eat a sandwich." I was like, "Really?"
Skinniest I've been was like 163, bro, which is wild.
I think the skinniest I've been since,
and that wasn't that long ago.
But since between now and the last 15 years, we'll say, is about 185, and that was when I was 25.
Yeah, even my doctor
26?
My doctor was like, Nick, you gotta. He didn't want to be rude, but he's like, you gotta put on some weight, man. I was going through a lot that year. Not even as intense as what last year was. Last year was the most intense part of my life, but I don't want to. Okay, we're moving past that. It's gone.
Yeah, I was there for quite a bit of it.
Yeah,
that's fine. And I think the least I ever got down to, well, my best looking weight where I looked the best was about 190, between 190 195, where I looked good. Weight, even about 200 to 210, I was looking okay, because I was working out, so I was a little more toned. And I'm one of those people, when I get toned, I have that Brock Lesnar look with my traps. They start getting like that, and I'm like, okay. And then my face gets real slim and my neck gets thick, so it's kind of like, well, not no neck. I have already a thick neck, but I'm like, I get that Brock Lesnar look, and I'm like, all right, let's figure out where I'm going to focus, because that was getting a little big. Because I kept doing the machine that does this.
Yeah.
And I was,
just do cardio, man. But
so I do cardio. I always do about 30 minutes of cardio when I go to the gym. And then I lift. I do upper body and then cardio, lower body, cardio, depending on the day. Sometimes I'll do a mix and then cardio. So, but yeah. We've chased all the viewers off now that we're talking about getting healthy, because that's,
God forbid,
that's not good these days. You can't talk about losing weight.
No.
So
no. Fat is fit, dude. Anyways, I think just living in got a knocky.
I love the dude. I don't know how many times I rewatched that just to hear you say, "You got a knocky." I was like,
dude, I one take that mofo, dude. I was laughing so hard, dude.
I've seen those controllers so many times, it didn't really do anything. It's your response and how you said it made me laugh my ass off.
I hope, dude, it was legit. I was freaking crying, dude. Even to this day, my buddies and I are laughing at that video, and it's like, dude, that one did okay. That video did okay on YouTube Shorts.
You know what? Because half the views are for me.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
It just made me laugh.
Got a knocky, and that just came out. That just came out. I didn't even think about it.
I've never heard it called a knocky.
I just pulled it out. I just pulled it out because I was laughing so hard I couldn't say knockoff. I'm like, you got a knocky. You got a knocky.
Oh, did you remember this?
That's what she said.
Oh, boy. Yep.
I love this thing. And, I was going to go the whole episode without using it, but yeah. Can't go the whole episode without.
That's what she said.
There we go. I'll end it there. So we can call it a night if you guys want to.
I got it. You can stay up. I gotta go. I'm dying. I
think I'm just gonna play some RoboCop. I think I'm gonna finish it tonight, and then I'm either gonna start Prince of Persia or Avatar tomorrow.
Do it to it, dude, and then we could talk about it next week.
Yep, and we'll see how that goes. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys who are all still here at this time. I appreciate you all. Hopefully everybody has had a fantastic beginning of 2024. And if you haven't, just keep on focused, and 2024 will get better. God bless you all. Thank you guys so much. Like we always say, be legendary.
And that's some news.
Sure, we'll go with that. We got to figure out a good amalgamation of that.
Well, we'll sleep on it. We'll get there. At least I have something now. Baby steps.
Yes. So be legendary. That's some news.
That's some news.
That's some legendary news. No, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, be legendary. Thanks again.
Later, guys.